Hello, everybody. This is Aging Backwards with Cherie and Beverly is in the kitchen today.
Yay,
What's cooking, Beverly?
What's cooking? What is cooking is we're talking about cooking oils. It's all about cooking oils this week. So we have a nice slide deck to share with you and some information on cooking oils this week.
Yes, and how much thought have you put into what you actually cook with? So this is our title page, Aging Backwards with Cherie and Beverly, designed by Beverly. And if you don't know us yet, this is our Meet Your Health Coaches page. I'm Cherie Lynn, a culinary nutrition expert, educator, and certified consistency coach at Cherie Lynn Inc. I'm the founder of The Exhaustion Fix. I help exhausted, busy women learn how to eat to help put their hormones in check so they can start to feel awake again and get back into those jeans in the back of their closet. If you would like a free ebook called The Essential Energy Boosters Guide, you may just copy down that URL, put it in the search bar, and you can grab that for free.
Yeah, please do, everybody. That's a wonderful opportunity there for free too.
For free. So
awesome. Thanks, Cherie. Hello, everyone. Again, I'm Beverly. I'm a certified health and wellness coach, and my company is Beverly Hills Health and Wellness Coaching. So I've coached clients who have lost over 50 pounds in 1 year, and I specialize in working with women in the area of menopause to help them elegantly transform their body and lifestyle in my holistic coaching programs that I offer online, individually, and in group settings, so you can step into Dazzling Health. And my website is located there below, beverlyhillscoaching.com.
And I love Beverly's tagline, step into your dazzling health. That's awesome.
Thank you.
So before we go any further, we always love to go over our disclaimer for you. Beverly, can you do the honors today, please?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So this information is for educational and informational purposes only and solely as a self-help tool for your own use. We're not providing medical, psychological, or nutrition therapy advice. You should not use this information to diagnose or treat any health problems or illnesses without consulting your own medical practitioner. As always, seek the advice of your own medical practitioner and or health provider regarding your own specific health situation. So for the full disclaimer, the URL located here in its entirety will give you the complete disclaimer.
You betcha. So healthy cooking in your kitchen. And if you cook things at home, you know where it's coming from. Mm-hmm. So do you ever question where your cooking oils come from? And which ones are healthier for you, which ones are not as healthy, and where should you store them even? So store them in a cool place, dark. Usually we put them above the stove, above the oven in the cupboard. Right. Like behind Beverly, you'll see the cupboard up there. Yep. And or to the side of them, and that's a little warmer, right? Mm-hmm. So I like to even keep mine out on the counter sometimes. I don't know if that's the best, but like newer houses have pantries. Yeah. That the light's off and they're a little cooler. So it depends too on your house and where you have things. And, just know if you have something above the oven, the stove, it's a little warmer. Like your coconut oil won't be the solid. It'll liquefy, or, just watch your oils. Mm-hmm. Does a green bottle mean it's better? Not necessarily. Some olive oils will come in green bottles, but that doesn't mean that they're better than another one, but they look nice and the green goes with the olives, right? So this olive oil that I have by Kirkland is actually a plastic bottle, but even though they've greened it, I think it's more of a marketing, just like the avocado has green on it because the avocados are green. Mm-hmm. So,
and I think sometimes the green bottles is also a way of shielding the product inside because it's a darker colored bottle, it won't have such effect on the outer like lights that are shining into it, or if you're cooking near a window and the sunlight is coming to it. I think that might be part of it as well.
True, that's a good point. So do you have to buy organic oils? If you want to. So like this one is organic coconut oil. Beverly and I both like the Kirkland brand.
Yes.
That's through Costco. The coconut oil I have is organic. The 100% extra virgin olive oil I have is not.
Mm-hmm.
The Chosen Foods avocado oil is not, but it is glyphosate residue free and
Love
it's
that.
non-GMO. Yeah. So it's, even though it's not an aerosol, it's an expeller press. It's like more of a pump.
Mm-hmm.
And so those are not organic, but the coconut oil is. So a lot of it's personal preference too. Like when Beverly and I talk about like our lemon water, our lemons do not have to be organic unless we're going to use the peel.
Yeah.
So if you have a fruit or something that you're going to use the peel in your cooking, then make sure that you buy the organic.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you pay $1 more or two, and sometimes you don't. I've gone to the organic section and they need to like clear those out. They're actually cheaper than the others.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends too on the time that you go. When was the produce last? When is it coming in? And they're trying to get rid of the rest of it.
Right.
The inventory. Yes, thank you. Couldn't come up with that word. No, I love this picture though.
I do too. That looks so scrumptious. I was telling you my brunch lunch today was some good tomatoes with some mozzarella balls, and it was in olive oil. So yes, I love that picture. It's very fresh and enticing for a nice healthy meal.
Right. And you showed me the mozzarella balls that you got from Costco, right?
Yes.
And they have some herbs in them and they're just ready to go on your salad or with your tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Olive oil. Mm-hmm. Perfect. Yeah.
In olive oil.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the oil factors, you have some saturated fat, which are mostly animal meat, dairy products. The unsaturated fat, typically plant source, liquid at room temperature, like avocado.
Oh, here's one.
Nuts. Yes.
Oil.
So it's gonna be liquid.
Yeah, you can see that. You can see that. Yeah.
The polyunsaturated, found in plant and animal, essential fats that your body doesn't make. So fatty fish, nuts, seeds. My favorite fish to go to is salmon.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I like that for omega-3s too. So
wild caught salmon.
Yes, thank you. Wild caught. I actually went to the grocery store last night and I was at the deli area and it looks so good. And every label up there, including the shrimp, everything was farmed. They did not have any wild caught for me. So
for those who don't know the difference between the farmed and the wild caught, Cherie, you want to go into detail? Because if you see farmed, if possible, stay away from it.
Well, the wild caught is out in the ocean, out in the sea. It's been free, right? Eating all of the sea life, the ocean, all the stuff in the ocean. And the farmed is you've got like rows of tanks or like the cement pools, and they're just like on top of each other.
Harvested.
Yeah. And
when you think about the chickens as well, it's like, are these chickens free range or are they all nestled together and unable to move about? So that's the same concept. So it's not, to me personally, it's not my choice of a healthy option.
Right. And they'll throw the feed in and then they'll, the other thing too about the chickens, like when I go to buy my eggs, it'll say cage free or range free. Now, cage-free can mean the big shed, and they're all in there, but they're packed in like sardines, you know, and they're on top of each other. And free range, they're out in the pasture and they're pecking at the ground and they're getting sunlight, you know, and vitamin D and, you know, so you want to look for free range, not just cage free. So, and yes, you're going to pay more for it, but you get more for it.
Right.
So you get more for your body for it.
And another thing, in the farmed one, they're ingesting certain chemicals to allow them to get bigger and to grow faster. Whereas in nature, they're going to grow based on their environment. You know, it's not something that's going to be manufactured. So just be cognizant of that. If you're trying to be healthy, one of the things that we talk about a lot is like the preservatives that we're taking in and the different types of chemicals. And Cherie just indicated like the glyphosate, like these are things that are impacting health, and people are starting to understand how this functions in their body, and they're doing some pushbacks, and a lot of companies are removing these things from, you know, their products. So just be mindful that if you do have formed products, that this is one of the outcomes of it. It has substances that are there that you don't see in the wild. So just, you know, it's your choice, but as health and wellness coach, that's one of my pet peeves. I don't want anything formed if possible.
Yep, good points, Beth. So mono unsaturated, typically liquid at room temperature. It starts to turn solid when chilled. So if you take a bottle of olive oil and stick it in the refrigerator, it's gonna become solid. So I made that mistake accidentally one time. A couple of years ago. Trans fats, partially hydrogenated oils, industrial process that adds hydrogen to liquid vegetable oil. Unsafe. Okay, cereals, shortening, microwave popcorn, chips, crackers, creamers, frozen pizza. So just read your labels. And if you need more information on reading labels, Bev and I did a YouTube video on how to read labels last year. So you could go back and look at that, and maybe we'll do an updated version soon. For people, now that I'm talking about it. Just thought about it.
It's time, huh?
Well, it's good to re-familiarize yourself.
Right.
You know, especially with, you're looking for something on an ingredient, and then maybe something gets removed and they rename it and put it on there, but it's the same thing.
Same thing.
But a different word, and it confuses people.
Correct.
So, okay, cold pressed, outdated production term referring to quality that obtained the first press and maintained aroma, flavor. Okay, centrifuge process in use. So like the olive oil that I have is expeller pressed, has a 500-degree smoke point. If you get the first pressed, cold pressed, that is going to be the best. Look for that on the label. You know, and I'm one that I'm at the grocery store for quite a while, but I'm reading labels. And once you know what you like and what to buy, just jot it down and, you know, create your list for yourself. The smoke point, like I said, the avocado oil, and you can see it's right on there. It says 500 smoke point. 500 degrees. So it's got a very high smoke point, whereas some things have a very low smoke point and then they become toxic. So the toxicity level becomes more. So now you have a rancid oil that isn't good for you. So it can cause health issues, free radicals. You don't want to take those oils over their smoke point. One that I can think of, right? Oh, wrong way, Cherie. Avocado oil, like I said, is high. Olive oil is low to medium. Extra virgin olive oil is low. So you don't want to crank that up in the heat. Coconut oil is low. I tend to probably put that one a little higher than I should. I use coconut oil a lot, but avocado oil is great for high heat.
Mhm.
Sesame oil, 0. Add it to your salads and things.
Mhm.
You don't have to cook with it, just add it. Grapeseed oil is high. Flaxseed, 0. Again, add that to your salads
Salad.
and drizzle it over things that you would want a little oil on.
Mhm.
Peanut oil is high. I know a lot of people do like they've done turkeys and fryers with peanut oil and things, but I don't necessarily care for peanut oil, but some people do. And it's all about personal preference and what you want for your health goals. Beverly and I are here to give you the information, and then you apply it how necessary.
Right. And I think some of the restaurants use peanut oil. I know like the Chinese restaurants, they use that quite a bit in recipes that they make. But, also we're finding that so many children more so are allergic to the peanuts. So peanut oil is not the favored of a lot of restaurants, but there are still some restaurants. So if you have these concerns, you might want to ask them, if they're using, the peanut oil in the recipes. But I do feel that there are some Chinese restaurants that are using it more so than some of the other higher end
When
restaurants.
they have the peanut sauces and and there's a lot of organizations and industry that has a lot of varying information about oils. So, do your best to research, and we have a resource page at the end for you so that you can look up where we got some of our information from. Another one that a lot of restaurants use is canola oil, and again, it's because it's a cheap oil. So you gotta consider some of those factors too.
Right.
So ghee, if you don't want the dairy part of it, thank you, Beverly. She's got her ghee up there. They scrape off after they heat it up. They scrape off the dairy off the top. So then you're left with the rest of it, which is non-dairy. So it's called ghee, and use it just like butter. Like this one is like a spread. It's kind of like taking coconut oil out of it's a little thicker consistency, but you need a tablespoon of butter, just have a tablespoon of ghee. So you'll get used to using some of these products the more you use them and figure out how you want to use them.
One more oil I want to share, Cherie, that I have been using quite a bit, and I wanted to share this with our people who like to try something new. This is truffle oil, and this is another one sort of like your sesame oil or your flaxseed oil. You just want to drizzle this on your salads. Like I eat a lot of salads, and I don't like to have the packaged salad dressing. So like a little apple cider vinegar or just regular white vinegar mixed with a little truffle oil, drizzle this. And there's 2 different types of truffle oil. There's like the white, and then there's the black. So these are things for you to consider. I don't know if that's going to show up very well. And they're really light oils. You can see, the consistency of them. But these are some that you can think about. They're not really for cooking or sauteing, but they just have a really distinctive flavor that you can add to drizzle on top of things. So just a consideration there for you, truffle oil.
Perfect, good share. And yeah, it adds flavor, right? And a lot of people say healthy food doesn't taste good.
You just gotta stick around, it does.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, use your seasonings, use your flavorful oils, your herbs. It's fine. Yeah. Cooking oils continued. You have vegetable blends, which I think Beverly and I agree, we don't care for them.
I'm not a fan.
No. Canola oil, I I'm not a fan of canola oil. I know one of the restaurants I go to uses canola oil. That's up to them. You know, like I said, sometimes restaurants have to within their price point. Some things like, I mean, olive oil and coconut oil and extra virgin olive oil they're a little bit more expensive.
Mhm.
So soybean oil, palm oil, sunflower oil, corn oil, and safflower oil. You know, these are all different vegetable oils. Now, I shared some chips with my granddaughter earlier today, and they were good chips made out of cassava flour, chia seed. They were very tasty. They had sunflower oil in them. That's sometimes I can find a good chip if you need something crunchy. Sometimes you can get them with olive oil or avocado oil, but you will find the sunflower oil in there because again, it's a cheaper oil.
Quality.
So yeah, but otherwise the chip was good. So made out of good flours and seeds.
Yes.
So cooking oils, be cautious about the margarines, the butter substitutes, the shortening, the corn oil. I put a tub of the spread on here. They dye it yellow to make it look like butter.
Yeah.
It's
And I
usually
know
like a cream color.
we had this conversation. You were sharing an experience about seeing cream colored butter, and I was sharing. So why don't you tell about the
So
package?
yeah, I you know how your grandparents tell stories, right? So, and I always am fascinated by the stories. So my great grandfather, I live in Wisconsin. So, in Michigan, of course, is north. So my great grandfather would go run up to Michigan when margarine first came out, and it came out in these plastic bags. And you know how you squish it or whatever. Well, it's whitish in color, and inside the bag is a yellow colored dye,
I pack it.
and you had to squish it and then smush the margarine all up to make it yellow. Yeah, so you're adding food coloring on the margarine to make it look like the butter, you know. And my grandfather didn't have dairy cows, but he owned a farm. So just think, they were going up to Michigan to buy margarine that you could pop the little dye in there to color it. And I mean, they were fascinated by it. Oh, it's a new product. It's all advertising, manufacturing. So just beware.
Yeah, and now we find that a lot of these yellow dyes are causing all types of health problems. So a lot of parents were pushing back with one of these macaroni companies about adding the yellow dyes to it, and the kids were having, you know, complications because of it. And over in Europe, you know, they banned some of those substances that they allow here in the United States. So I know that there was a coalition of parents that just pushed back, and one company ended up removing, you know, some of the hazardous dyes in the macaroni to mirror what was going on in the version that they gave to Europe. So you do have to be cognizant of what's in your ingredients and look at your packaging. Like Cherie had indicated, you know, the labels tell you a lot, and you are in the school system and you understand how some of these things impact children's behavior throughout the day.
Oh, definitely the food dyes as well. Now, if your child loves mac and cheese, just go buy some Annie's. Annie's mac and cheese is fine. You know, go try one of those. You can get it in the shells, you can get it in the noodles. Annie's is a good company. So I'll put that little plug in for Annie's. That's what my granddaughter loves. So here are the references that we used for our slides. So go ahead and look at any of them as to, you know, think about your health goals and really think about what you want in your kitchen. You know, I'm one that I like to use things that I have. I don't like to waste my money by just throwing them away. But I do have clients that it's all or nothing. Like they have to clean out their whole pantry and get rid of it and start fresh if they're gonna, so think about what you need to do to cook healthier
Mhm.
and have the healthy oils on hand for when you do any cooking, baking, making a meal. So anything to add there, Beverly?
Yeah, very good and very well said. We've given you some information about different types of oils that you can have in your kitchen if you're wanting to have a healthier option. We do understand that people have different economical levels and they're going to choose things based on that. But once you have the ability, try to go up another level and incorporate something that's going to be a healthier version. Just like Cherie said, like I've used canola oil before because at the time that was readily available and there wasn't a lot of information to the contrary to say that it was not as healthy. But over the years and doing a lot of research into oils and other things based on having a healthy lifestyle, I find that doesn't serve me now. And I buy, the avocado oil or the olive oil. Those are two main staples in our house. And from time to time, I will go and check out other types of oils. And the truffle oil, I've probably been doing truffle oil for like the past year or two. I think I was traveling overseas and I saw it in one of the specialty shops and I bought it. And it's just like, there are so many great opportunities just to introduce one new thing into, your lifestyle to make a better health choice. And the truffle has been an amazing option for me because I used to use just regular olive oil and a little vinegar to make my salads. And now I have two options of truffle, black or the white truffle. And it's a really great way to spice things up and give you something different that you don't normally find, because truffle oils, from what I understand, to harvest the truffles is a really expensive process. So you don't readily find truffles around. So if you can find a little truffle oil, sometimes I think I was in a restaurant and you might see a steak and it's like drizzled with truffle oil. So it's just another thing that you can use to spice up, your kitchen and try something new and different. And it's healthier version than some of the other. So I will end it there, but we really hope you've enjoyed all of the information that we've shared on the oils options.
So that steak actually sounds really good with the truffle oil on it. So if you have any questions for us, Beverly and I love to research. We love looking up everything. We love health and wellness.
Yes.
So our platforms are provided to submit any questions you may have. We're here to support you on your health goals. You can contact either one of us. Beverly works mainly with menopause with women. I'm working with women that are exhausted, fatigued, busy. They just want to get some energy back. And we both work in the weight loss industry. So let us know if you have topics of interest that you would like for us to present a video. Like, we're more than willing to do that. And please like and subscribe to our channel and share it with friends of yours. Now, thanks for being with us. I'm Cherie at Cherie Lynn Inc. There's my Instagram, my Facebook page, and my group, Overcome Extreme Fatigue with Cherie Lynn, and my Essential Energy Boosters ebook. If you want that, just copy down that URL and put it in the search bar.
Awesome. I would encourage you to check out Cherie's Facebook group. She has nice challenges that she puts on, or is it like monthly or a couple times a month?
They're typically weekly, but this summer was very hectic that I wasn't able to do weekly. So, but typically in the past, they've been weekly. So,
Well, definitely check out her website. She has her Facebook group. She has a very active Facebook group. And also there is a challenge that you have coming up on sugar, right?
Coming up this fall, I am putting together a 5-day sugar detox. for anyone interested. And you have a detox as well coming up, Beverly.
Yeah, so I'm going to close out. My name again was Beverly. I do health and wellness for women in menopause. My tagline, Step into Dazzling Health. And I am launching my fall detox, which is September 27th through October the 1st. So it's just 5 days. It's a fall detox. I ran one this past summer and it was amazing. The ladies had such phenomenal results and they were like, well, when is the next one? So I would encourage you to go to my website, which is beverlyhillscoaching.com, and you can get on my list. So when I do the webinar, you can join and find out more information about the fall detox program. And while you're there, sign up for the free ebook. It's 6 ways to bust through belly fat. So with that, I thank you for being here. As Cherie indicated, we have our own YouTube channel together. It's Aging Backwards with Cherie and Beverly. We encourage you to subscribe, share, and we look forward to seeing you on the next video.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.